Part 6 of When Your Obsessive Best Friend Kidnaps You. His Dark Obsession. Author point of view. Taehyung had loved you with all his heart. The news of becoming a father confused him. He wasn't sure if he deserved that or not. But now he started living with that feeling and he wanted that. He saw his dreams shattering when a hit him while you were standing there in pain. Jan, Taehyung, you tried to scream, but only broken words came out. The pain you were feeling was nothing as compared to what you felt when you saw Taehyung getting hit with a Jimin. Taehyung, get down. The gushing out of his shoulder painted his plain white shirt. The Taehyung fired back and reached to you. He held you in his arms before your weak knees would hit the floor. Da, Shan, you will be fine. Your mind only processed his lips moving. He was freaking out at your condition. Few guards stepped in to help them, and they managed to take you out of there. Guard opened the back door of the car and Taehyung settled inside with you. Jimin joined at the driving seat. Jimin, what's happening? Ta, I think it's the time. You were feeling too weak to even scream, but the condition of Taehyung was hurting you more. Jimin, what? But it's the 7th month. Ta, just drive fast. The car was breaking every signal sign. Ta, where are you taking us? Jimin, I know a doctor. She can help us. Taehyung, our baby. Don't worry, everything will be fine. Just take deep breaths. Yan, it's hurting. He removed the wet hairs from your face. Ta, we are just there. When the car stopped, he carried you inside the house. It was a broad room with simple yet graceful theme. Taehyung carefully placed you on the bed. Jimin and the doctor followed you too. Doctor, wait outside. I will handle from here. Ta, definitely I am not leaving her in your hands. The doctor passed him a glare that he effortlessly ignored. Jimin, you need to get treated. There is a stuck in your shoulder. He himself was shocked at how he was enduring that pain. He was only worried for you. Doctor, oh no, then let me treat you first. Da, no, just focus on Yan. Jimin, fine. Come with me, I will take that thing out. Yan, how dared you to call my child a thing? Jimin, what? Doctor, you two please go outside. Taehyung went with Jimin and after an hour he was back. Pain was visible on his face, but he didn't want to leave you alone in this difficult time. He sat near you holding your hand. Doctor, I hope you will be helpful. She started her work and Jimmy went outside. 2 hours passed and the painful moments weren't ending. Da, I am sorry, princess, for you were holding you were holding his hand tightly. In answer you just screamed more loudly. Doctor, take deep breaths and try to push Yan. Da, Yan push. Yan, what do you think I am doing right now? Taehyung was dumbfounded. It would be a lie if he says that he didn't saw the devil for a moment. Finally, after half an hour, a beautiful sun, exactly copy of Taehyung's features, was in his hands. Da, he is so small. His eyes were teary because of happiness. Hearing child's crying, Jimin also came in. Jimin, give him to me. Da, he looks like Yan. What? But he should be handsome like you. Taehyung and Jimin both gave you a strange look. Jimin, I think she is still with mood swings. Yan, I can hear you. After 2 months, Yan, Taehyung, I am going out. There is no way, it's not safe. Yan, come on. Jimin is already out. You should have went with him. He was playing with Jin, the little boy whom you gave. Yan, it's too boring. I cannot sit at home all day. Da, we are trying, Yan. Soon when we will leave this country. Yan, I don't want to. Da, Yan, Yan, whatever. I am going with guards. It was a cafe with very less people. Your guards were outside the glass door, guarding the whole cafe. Yan, it's even difficult to breathe naturally. taking small sips from your coffee mug, your eyes fell on someone familiar. Jan. Jimin? You spotted him inside a VIP section with someone. The person was facing his back to you. Inside the cabin, Jimin was getting frustrated at the man in front of him. He hadn't seen you yet. You saw him leaving his place. He seemed yelling at that man. Jan. What's going on there? That man also stood up. Jimin ran his hand through his hairs and looked up at the ceiling to control his anger. That suspicious man said something that triggered him, and he pulled out his at him. Jan. Oh no. You looked around if anyone had saw them. You hurriedly went inside, opening the glass door. Jimin's attention diverted to you. Jimin. Jan. You stepped closer to him and held him to stop him. Jan. What are you doing, Jimin? You were at the verge of crying. Past months had made you see so much pain. Now you wanted these evil things to be end. Jimmy looked at that man and you followed his gaze. Your lips parted when you saw him. Yan, you? Mr. Kim, it's nice to meet you again. Seeing him there, all your wounds started burning. Jimmy's hand tightened around the gun while he wrapped his other arm around you. Jimmy, get out of here before I kill you. Yan, kill him. The pain he had given all of you made you say those words. Now you don't want to wait for any law or justice. Mr. Kim, really? Can you kill me, Jimin? My son? You rose forward in confusion, and Jimin's eyes turned darker. Yan, son? You looked at Jimin, but he was focused on that man. Jimin, I am not your son. He pressed every word laced with hate. Mr. Kim, you can't deny the truth. I am your father. He picked up his phone from the table and walked out of the cabin. He got out of his hold as he put down. Jan, will you explain, Jimin? He let out a tired sigh and fell on the chair. Yes, he is my father, whom I hate the most. Jan, but how? I mean, you said he had killed his son. Jimin, he once tried to kill Taehyung when he was a teen in a road accident, but instead of him, I was in the car. You put your hand at his shoulder as you felt sorry for him. Cafe was more empty and silent now. Jimin, I knew everything, so I left him. From that day, he thought that he had lost me. Jan, but why Taehyung doesn't remember you? Jimin, my father had been. Jimin, now he wants me back like a good son. Jan, what will you do? Jimin, I will pretend that my father had died. It was obvious that he was trying to endure all this. You took one step closer to him and he hugged you while sitting, wrapping his arms around your waist. 1 week passed and it was the most stressful week. Mr. Kim was adamant to hurt you if Jimin doesn't go to him, so Taehyung became more adamant to kill him. You and Jimin were sitting thinking about the way Yan tell everything to Taehyung. Jimin, no, no, he might think that I betrayed him. Yan, he will understand, Jimin. He will think that all this is happening because of me. However, my father just came to know who I am. Jan, then what should we do? We are changing places every 1 month. This is not the way. Jimin, I don't know. Jan, Taehyung will kill him, Jimin. A sad shadow flagged at his face. None of you noticed someone's appearance at entrance of lounge. Jimin, he is my father. Jan, we cannot stop Taehyung then. Da, what are you talking about? Your heart jumped out of your chest. Taehyung was standing with a straight yet stoic face. You tried to guess how much he heard. Jan, Taehyung, who is your father, Jimin? Firmly taking each step, he was standing in front of Jimin. It wasn't going to end well. Jimin, your uncle. Two words changed so much. Jimin looked like he was ready to lose anything. Your hands covered your mouth when Taehyung punched him. Da, you were playing with me. He threw more, and Jimin didn't stop him. Yan, Taehyung, let him explain. snatched him away from Jimin, who was on the floor with bursted lip and blue eye. Taehyung looked at his arm in your hand. Ta, you already knew about it. What stumbled in your mouth? Jan, you need to listen. Ta, and you never told me. His sudden raised voice scared you. He was breathing heavily, and you forgot words to explain. Jan, I wanted to tell you, but Ta, he is the person who tried to kill us. Holding your arm, he jerked you. Ta, he is the son of that. Why were you keeping this from me? Why? Tears dropped like rain from your eyes. Jimin, it's not her fault. Leaving you, Taehyung turned to him. Then whose fault is this? Yours? Jimin just stood with sealed mouth. Ta, you were always at the scene, so was it you? A shiver ran down to your spine when suddenly Taehyung took out and aimed at Jimin. Ta, call him and I will end it here. To be continued. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the late update. I'll upload next part soon. Stay safe and healthy. Love you, Ami.